Hello, and welcome. We're going to work on that one problem in the 3-5 notes. It's the last question, designed for some small group work. And I want you to see where you went on this one. It says find constants a and b such that the function y equals a sine x and b cosine x, b times cosine x, satisfies the differential equation. And then I look and I see the equation. I was like, whoa, that's a lot, isn't it? So they gave us an original equation that y equals, and the thing I notice about the other equation is it has y double prime and y prime. So what do you think? I think the first thing we should do is get to the y prime and get to y double prime. So let's proceed with that plan. And I guess obviously let's start with y prime then. And y prime would be a cosine x minus b sine x. And then let's go to double prime. Y double prime will be negative a sine x minus b cosine x. All right, so we have those two pieces. The next thing I think I would do is substitute into the yellow equation, yellow highlighted. So let's do some substituting. So instead of y double prime, I'm going to put negative a sine x minus b cosine x plus, now I'm on y prime, so bring in y prime, a cosine x minus b sine x minus 5 times y. Okay, 5, and y is a, I was afraid of this, I'm going to run out of room, aren't I? A sine x plus b cosine of x. Let me see if I can get this to shrink down for me. Oopsie. Maybe about there. Okay, I got to finish that. I know some of it got dropped. Plus b cosine x equals, back to my yellow equation, sine of x. That's a lot going on. All right, so if we distributed, I'd have minus 5. Yeah, boy, that's a lot, isn't it? Have minus 5, so I want to distribute this through. I know that. The other thing I think I might try to do is group all the sines together and group all the cosines together. So that's going to be my plan here on my next line item. Choose a different color. So I'm going to have a sine of x, got that one, minus b sine of x. Distributing negative 5 through, I'd have negative 5a sine of x. Now for the cosines, because I've got that taken care of. For the cosines, I'm going to have negative b cosine x plus a cosine x. Distribute the negative 5 through, negative 5b cosine x equals sine x. I made it. Okay. Now what? Well, I'm going to highlight here in this, are those three terms. I've got a sine in common. In these three terms, I have a cosine in common. So I'm going to GCF each of those out. So that will give me a sine coming out of there, sine x, leaving negative a minus b minus 5a. Minus, let's factor out a cosine. Do we want to take a negative with it? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to leave it positive. So I'm going to factor out a positive cosine x. That'll leave me negative b plus a minus 5b equals sine of x equals sine of x. Like, how is this working? Well, just a little bit at a time, right? Find something that you can do as a next step, like in algebra. So I can see that those a's can come together, and over here, I can simplify some b's. So I'm going to do that as my next step. It feels like I'm making progress, albeit very slow progress. So I have negative 4a minus b plus cosine x. I'm going to list my a first, a minus 6b. And I just saw that. 6. I thought that looked funny there. 6, negative 6a, not negative 4a, equals sine of x. Now, this is its coefficient. This is cosine's coefficient. What's the coefficient on this right side for sine? Oh, it's a 1, huh? It is, isn't it? I don't have a cosine. Oh, so it's kind of like I have 0 cosine x. Now what we're going to do is compare coefficients from the left side to the right side. So negative 6a minus b should be the same as 1. And the coefficient for the cosine on each side would have to be equal as well. So a minus 6b would need to equal 0. And now I'm feeling really good about this because I have a systems of equations with two unknowns. And we know we can solve systems with two unknowns. So I'm just going to label that in my notes, system of equations. And I'm feeling so good at this point because I like systems of equations. I'm going to use elimination method. So I'm going to multiply this second group by positive 6, going for the elimination of my a's. So I'm going to have negative 6a minus, this is not writing well, 6a minus b equals 1. 6a minus 36b equals 0. Like promised, the a's are eliminating, and I get negative 4. Oh, that 36 didn't write. Negative 37. Negative 37b equals 1. Therefore, b is equal to negative 1, 37. Woohoo! Then we got to find a, because it says find constants a and b. Okay, so then a, plug it back in, and I think you will find, where's my answers? You'll find a to come out as negative 6 37ths. And we got our answers. No problem. So, very good. Homework following this was that web assign. Have a good day.